So when we look at from an India market has got three parts. Okay, from a GTM point of view, one is the India typical enterprise market, which includes the government and the enterprise part. The second part of our go-to-market is basically the GSIs, the Wipros and TCS of the world, and how we were part of their digital transformation for their global customers. So setting up strategic practices, setting up customer excellence centers, and all is a part of our second go-to-market. And the third go-to-market pile, we are basically focusing heavily onto the GICs, which we call it as GCC, global captive centers, basically, right? And you know the fact that out of G2000, around 40 to 45% captives are present in India, and they are driving a lot of digital transformation for their parent company or for the headquarter company. In India, there are typical verticals that we're looking at. We're looking at from a BFSI, banking, insurance, and finance, is one of the very important vertical. Second vertical, we're looking at manufacturing because of their age-old legacy systems that they're having, and they want to drive some huge amount of digital transformation. And I think COVID has added a lot of push to drive the digital part. The third is the telecom, and followed by the government part also, because I can see that a good amount of perspective is coming from government to drive the last mile digital transformation based on various departments. So Niti Aayog is working on a lot of digital transformation initiative, and we would like to be a part of that. So in short, these are the typical areas that is our focus. So out of three go-to markets, I would look at the GSIs, because it is going to add a significant amount of value on the overall company's growth also. See, it is all about creating the one-to-many model, right? And creating the force multiplier perspective. So I would look at GSIs, because these Indian GSIs, and you can see the results which is coming from last couple of days, and they are going crazy, right, from a results. So this is going to create a force multiplier on our strategy. So GSIs is critically important, and GIC, I would say, the global in-house captives, because if you look at G2000 companies, the kind of digital transformation stuff that they are doing, and we have set up the model in a very collaboration model with our global team. It is not just the India team is trying to drive that part. So these are the two things I would look at going to create a significance from a revenue point of view, not just from India, from a global perspective, but focusing on India is also critically important, because capturing the home brands of India gives the right comfort to drive the GSIs and GICs also. People looks at low-code from a typical citizen application development point of view, which is the easy part of the low-code. Okay. Now, when we look at this low-code, we look at how enterprises are digitally transforming themselves using the enterprise-grade low-code platform on three specific use cases: from a customer experience use case, which is B2C, customer operations point of view, and core operations point of view, because we fall under all these three categories, and that's the most complex part of enterprise. At this point of time, low-code has just been adopted in India in last, I would say that till 2017, the maturity was not that much, but after that, slowly the maturity is coming. So at this point of time, it is difficult for me to say that what is the market percentage that we are trying to look at. But I think it is a significant amount of pull we are getting from customers who are driving the digital transformation and digitization as a part of their strategy. One is coming that customers are really wants to go away from their present legacy core application, built applications on the top of enterprise low-code platform. The reason of this transformation, because they want to drive the right agility for their business part, which they are not getting. That's one part. The second, and for example, it is basically like applications like lending kind of applications, the huge drive from the insurance segment, huge drive from the banking segment, okay, who wants to reach out to their customers, and their age-old systems is not supporting that digitization need or that agility need, and a business is demanding heavily. And I think COVID has really accelerated that space because of the remote part and all. That's one part. Second part, what we are experiencing, and which basically goes to one of our use case from a core operations point of view, where the customer is saying, hey, I have this legacy in place. Okay, I can't touch those legacy part because it is going to be a humongous development activity for me for the next 6 to 8 months time, and I don't have that time. Can I add a layer of enterprise low code platform which basically connects the system of record to create a multiple system of experiences, right? And that is coming in a discussion with the chief architect and all, and they are basically defining, hey, let me go ahead with the enterprise grade low code platform, and let me connect with system of record to create a multiple system of experiences. From we have our own hosting. We can put the solution on a customer on-prem setup also. So and that's the best part about OutSystem, where we are not binding the customer from a platform lock-in or from any other lock-in point of view. And customers are really enjoying this particular flexibility because they are thinking that I'm in a complete control. At the same time, we are also governed around all the security guidelines based on the best practices and all. If you look at the application developers base globally, it was around 35 to 40% global application developers are sitting in India, right? But as per the prediction by 2024, the percentage is going to go around 58 to 60%, which is going to be significant. And this is what we are getting from multiple analyst reports and all. And if you look at who's our target is application development, right? Application developers. And what we are trying to say what we are trying to do is how you automate your application development. Low code is nothing but automating your application development. How we can empower the Indian application developer base who's coming out of college. How we can able to drive a perspective about the low code and how that is helping them as a part of their career growth also. Okay. Now, when you look at the Indian customer, that they don't want to send the data outside. So we already have arrangements with the Indian cloud providers to bring the data in India. Okay. And that basically helps the customer, right? But there are customers who are like government customers. They don't want to even give it to the cloud part also. So we have an on-prem model where we can put our software in their data center also. Okay, so that we are not even looking at that data part also, right? And it can be applicable to bank, it can be applicable to government. So we have been hosting with Amazon since long, but we have gone ahead with a global partnership with them.